Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So we're experimenting with 30-minute recordings here, and to accommodate that, now everything is up to a single victory needed. I need one for Paladin and Priest, one for Shaman and Warlock, and one for Rogue. Let's hurry, hurry, hurry. Hop into some casual wild. It has taken several hours, not all day, but several hours. Uh, I think I recorded last recording around 10, it's now 3, so you can see how that's 5 hours of playing offline and also listening to podcasts and also
You asked for it. Watch your back.
just kind of being lazy and goofing off. It's inherently the number one issue that I've had for months now is just how can I maintain and get to steady flows of amount of recording where I'm getting 6+ hours every single day of footage, and it's not really happening. It's really not. On top of like just the general problem of that, I've also have to now. Well, I need to, for non-YouTube reasons, to maintain a somewhat decent sleep schedule. So staying up till like 3 or 4 in the morning recording, even if I felt like doing that, isn't the right move for me to make. So that interconnects to it too. Today I'm trying something different, and I guess I just need to randomly throw spaghetti at the wall there and try different things. But I got up around 8 or 9 in the morning, decided to just try and get non-YouTube stuff done early in the morning as I'm still waking up. Stuff that doesn't, I guess, matter to me that much. And thus, by the time I was ready to record, I had probably been a little bit more refreshed than normal. My usual turn of attack is to wake up, lie in bed while reading Twitter for an hour or so. So yeah, that's what they say not to do. They say jump immediately out of bed. They say get up and get going. And I have certainly lived that way before, but it often comes at a very expensive price of being just miserable. Because if I'm getting up and getting out of bed, it was probably back when I was working for somebody else, and that was about it. So one of the things that I am jokingly thinking to myself is that since this channel is probably never going to pay for itself, maybe I should make myself a 503c(b), which is a charity, tax-exempt charity in the United States. I think legally I probably could do that, although I'm not sure there's enough financial dealings that would ever occur that would make any sense or be worth the risk. I suppose if you were to make a lot of money, if that $1 million came in for a couple years, that would be something I actually search. But if I'm looking at maybe getting $100, that's not even enough to need to file taxes. It's not until you get up to like over $10,000 that it even makes any sense, and that's still a ridiculously low amount. And it probably wouldn't make any sense even if I was making $40,000-$50,000 a year to take upon that risk and I hate this new Blade Fury. I hate how it just works.
So many.
So I guess I have to do this,
Here we go.
and then this, and then this,
Job done.
and then the turn. So I looked back on our list of things. So System Shock has a trailer for a demo for the first 9 minutes of its Kickstarter thing. So it may not very well be the first 9 minutes of the game, but it is a remake of the original System Shock, somewhat. And I just saw a comparison of that. I own System Shock, so I should have already known how old that game looks. But wow, does that game look old? Wow, oh wow.
Walk the plank.
Unacceptably old System Shock 1 is. So I'm glad that there's a remaster coming out that allows me to put that game in just a too old category, and in fact I'll put wait for remake, make a wait for remake category, and just put that game and the sequel in there. That's 2 more games off my list. This is a really stupid way to do this, but it is gonna be how I do it. Like buying games and then not playing them, much like the original Myst. But usually I get those in some kind of bundle. Maybe if I bought the System Shock bundle and got no other games but System Shock 1 and 2, then that would make sense. There is always that question, it's like, what are they going to do with System Shock 2? If they're kickstarting System Shock 1 and it doesn't come out till late 2017 at the earliest, is the remake going to include the second game, or are they going to then try and make the sequel? Who knows? Personally, I guess it doesn't bother me too much since I never played that game before. So I'm fine with whatever they do with it.
Here we go.
It's effectively a new game, so it could be good, it could be bad. I know it somewhat was influenced, that it influenced the idea of BioShock, and that gets us to our next category, BioShock. Now, BioShock is coming out as the BioShock Collection. It includes everything except for the multiplayer from BioShock 2, which probably, I would guess, means that they're going to move quicker than you would think to shutting down those servers. Maybe
Here
those servers
we go.
have already been shut down, but it includes the multiplayer DLC for BioShock Infinite. It also kind of is a good indicator that we aren't gonna see any more BioShock games for a decent amount of time. You don't put out a collection and then a couple months later announce BioShock 4. I imagine what they'll do is we'll never see another BioShock that has anything
Here
even
we
somewhat
go.
similar to what they may reuse the name though, certainly, because that's all BioShock Infinite really is a reuse of the name from BioShock 1 to BioShock 2. But there's going to be some revamped graphics, upgraded to
Here
HD.
we go.
As far as BioShock 1 and 2, Infinite pretty much is still fine. It's a new enough game that I don't think there's much you could do in the engine or the graphics to upgrade it.
Safety restrictions
So,
offline.
I'm gonna get those
Harvesting
upgrades for
servos
free.
engaged.
That puts 3 games now that I need to put in the category of getting upgrades for free. Skyrim, BioShock 1, BioShock 2.
Here we go.
So that's nice. That means I will put off almost certainly put off playing Bioshock 1 or 2 or Infinite or this Halloween. Even if the games come out, they would have to, the upgrades would have to come out for PC probably a month at least before Halloween in October. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Because they're coming out in September, so it's gonna be close. It's gonna be really, really close. I would like to pull that off, though. I'm gonna lose here. Darn it. Let's see. It's gonna be super close. I need to rush through sticks and line that up right up to October 1st. And if we have the upgrade to Bioshock, I could play Bioshock 1 for Halloween. If that doesn't work, Dead Space. In fact, it might be worthwhile to record Dead Space anyways, but if I do that, then I'll just have this extra horror series that I don't know when I'd ever release it. Honestly. And if you were to compare the two, Dead Space is more of a horror game than Bioshock 1 is. And then I also need Bioshock 1 to last a full month, or at least most of the month. I kind of want all of those they go up to at least Halloween, which I believe isn't October 31st. Halloween isn't the last day of October. Halloween. I should know these things, but they have slipped my mind long ago. Halloween is actually the holiday I like the most, and obviously I don't still like it that much. I generally enjoy the concepts of candy and playing pretend, and that's all Halloween really is candy and playing pretend, so I can get behind that. Every other holiday has some other attachment to it where you have to do something. The people will try and argue some kind of devil worship or witchcraft to Halloween, but in reality, all you have to do is walk up and down a Walmart or any other store, see the kind of costumes that the kids wear, and see all that. You know, this is play pretend. This has nothing to do with witchcraft or devil worship, which, frankly, neither one of those really exist in the United States at all. There's a lot of pretenders out there, but there's not that. I would say probably less than 1,000 people that actually believe in a living devil, or except for Christians. Lots of Christians believe in the devil, but my point is that mostly is hypersensitive Christians that bring up that.
Here we go.
And it's like every year. I've been hearing it for decades. And it's just so silly. So silly. Anyways, I don't want to get too into that, but yeah, other holidays all have something tied to them. Father's Day doesn't work if you're not a father. Mother's Day doesn't work if you're a mother. Christmas doesn't work if you're not a Christian. Hanukkah doesn't work if you're not Jewish. Kwanzaa doesn't work for a lot of people. Easter, again. Most of the holidays are at least somewhat religious based, which probably 4th of July doesn't work if you're not a member of the United States. Also doesn't work if you're not that super patriotic about the United States. Which 4th of July is actually, I suppose, the next holiday that's about to happen. Most people are going to barbecue. I'm going to continue recording. I don't take holidays off in general.
Here we go.
I probably won't record on Halloween, not for any celebratory reasons, but simply because I'll not want people knocking on my door or thinking it's alright to knock on my door and then messing with my recordings. Although even door-to-door trick-or-treating is very uncommon these days. There's just better parties to go to even for little kids.
Blood and plunder.
Oh jeez, I played that
Here
in the
we
exact
go.
opposite way. I should've.
Job done.
Hopefully I'll get the victory here. It's been 16 minutes. I think we may have to jump back to longer recordings. The other thing that's out right now is Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. I've seen reviews on it saying it's good, but it's short. So I feel like that's probably a happy medium to play.
The shadows beckon.
That tells me like, okay, so I probably made the right
Here we
decision
go.
in not buying it. I can wait until Rogue One comes out, which I hear that may have some trouble, but we're still not certain. It may come out and be great.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I watched somebody play like the very beginning of Lego The Force Awakens, and it seemed, having not seen the movie, which also is a great reason why I shouldn't have bought the game, and I didn't. It seemed like they were showing me just like a recap of things that happened in the previous movies,
Slimy deeps.
and
Thailand lover.
Job done.
if that's the case, then oh, I should have attacked that one, then deployed my attack. I'm gonna lose. Still.
Brotherhood shall prevail.
So whatever the new concepts are on the new Lego game, it's probably a slight improvement, as it more often than not is. But I feel like the real thing here is that game should have waited until they had 3 movies, like all the other Star Wars series. That they were saying how if this was a 6-level Lego Dimensions thing, it would make a lot
Here
more
we
sense
go.
than being a 10 level, I think they said, standalone game that's stretching it out. And see, 10 level seems about right. If you had 3 games on top of that, then you'd have about 30 levels. I don't know if there's any open world in that game at all. Oh, maybe they moved away from that. How do you do an open world level for Star Wars where you're moving to different planets? You'd have to have different open sections like Lego Batman 3.
Here we
I
go.
believe I'm gonna lose again. Let's
Job done.
move on to the next guy. We'll at least have some variety here. I think I'm just gonna get the rest of the stuff off. So, as you can see here, this 30-minute thought's not particularly benefiting the viewers as much as it's benefiting the recorder, me, because I've managed to make 2 recordings here, and probably am not going to get any of the questions. Hearthstone is bad. It's just bad for me. It's not that it's a bad game, it's a random game. I was listening to Total Biscuit podcast. I'm falling into listening to other people's podcasts, which may be a good thing or a bad thing, but like, anyways, let's finish one story and then I'll tell the other story. And he was talking about how there should just be no esports scene whatsoever for Hearthstone because it's so random. I'm like, you know what? It's right. Even in my experience, it is just this incredibly random thing, and that means to get any of these quests done, unless they were quests that said just play a game, just play a certain number of turns, or do a certain number of actions that you can actually control. You can get stuck in this horrible cycle in which you just can't get the wins that they want you to get. So the other stories I was listening to the Giant Bombcast this week, and boy did they not have anything to talk about. Inside is out. It apparently is a great game. I have a spotlight for Limbo. That the creators of Limbo made Inside, so there was like no real reason to cover it again, and I didn't purchase this brand new game. It seems like I probably will get it eventually, but I bet not
Job's done.
anytime soon. So, but I swear that's the only game they talked about besides Umbrella Corps, which was just amazing garbage. I will probably end up owning Umbrella Corps because I will probably end up buying the Resident Evil collection and they'll just sneak it in there. As far as I'm concerned, though, the only ones that matter from the Resident Evil series are 4, 5, and 6, and maybe 7 when it comes out. And I don't think I'm gonna particularly concern myself too much about any of the other things. I might go back and try to play 1 if they could get any of the rail shooters that would recap the story between 0 and 4. That might be nice too. There's a decent amount of story there, but it's all just ridiculous dumb story. So that also has to be a consideration. It's not like it is this deep, has to be known thing. That's why 4 is such a great point to start on, and that's why they're going to re-release 4. And 7 may very well do that too. Maybe not, and you really shouldn't have any confidence in it when they just put out Umbrella Corps and it's just awful. I could have played this guy and killed him, but I didn't. So I'll have to live with my choice. You can now eat on Twitch and have a stream of you eating, which, okay. And now Twitch is got a thing that they're trying to do where you would buy like an amount of currency that could only be then spent on giving cheers, quote unquote, to people. So it's like micro tipping, micro donations to people. And again, Total Biscuit was talking about how how Twitch is not really making any money. Nobody's running any ads because the second they run ads, they lose hundreds of viewers. Which I'm glad I don't run ads. Good thing I never decided to turn that on. I think on YouTube it's probably a little bit different anyways, but I wouldn't be surprised if I lost a lot of people if I ran ads. I lose a lot of people anyways. the audience retention is barely at 3 minutes. So in the first 3 minutes of the video,
Reporting for duty.
people are gone. Is that because I'm a rambling mess? Is it because people hate my voice? The only way I could even really experiment with any of those things would be to I suppose not talk at all for the first 3 minutes and see if it goes up on every single one of my videos. And that doesn't make a lot of sense either. I think people's average retention is probably pretty low on YouTube and just in general. YouTube counts a view as soon as the video plays, it seems like. There's no like minimum there, so if people are looking for something completely different and they stumbled upon my video, it's not super surprising that they would leave immediately. Which one do I want to kill?
Job's done.
Didn't need to turn. Personally, I would like to see Twitch kind of fail. Because I'm not making any money there, so I guess it doesn't matter to me. And also, I think there's some just ridiculousness in the business model altogether. People are on Twitch are making money simply on like blatant copyright infringement on the music side, just playing radios and whatever they pick non-stop. They're making money. I mean, these are the worst case examples I've seen. It's not every single one, every single person, but there's people that are making their blatantly just smoking and drinking to excess, promoting things to kids that probably shouldn't be promoting to kids. There
Job's done.
is definitely this whole like cam girl mentality on it, where girls are getting on there and they're just got the camera facing down right into their cleavage, and Twitch sort of tries to stop all that, but because everything's streaming, they can just say, well, we didn't catch it until we caught it. Whereas when you compare it to like the streaming on YouTube, it's like this footage gets seems to get taken down way more. So ideally, if I was trying to just dodge content ID, which is a decent thought, then I should be all about Twitch. But it's not a permanent amount of money. It's not something where you make your video and then that video stays up forever, and then you can, over the years, if you grow in popularity, gain more attention to videos, which may not be the case on YouTube either, but at least there's a hope in that case that might be the case, where you can do it. Everything getting deleted after it's done streaming makes for a very weird situation, and it allows only the top Twitch streamers to make any real money too, and that's kind of the problem too. Is I imagine if I did go to Twitch, I would have as few viewers as I do now, but I would never have the videos that's where it's like, oh, this video for some reason got 300 views. I don't think I'd ever get those spikes. I think I'd always be at like 1, 2, maybe a consistent 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus a lot of my videos right now getting 1. But I fully anticipate, if my channel is to ever succeed, which is a big if, I fully anticipate at some point people are going to start going back and watching old videos. I kind of have to believe that. And then that revenue can grow upon itself. And then I can have a chance at actually having an income that is realistic. And I feel like that is the case, somewhat. I feel like that the fact that a year ago when I started, although maybe it won't be close to 2 years, a year ago I didn't make even a penny, and it took several months to make a penny, and now even though it's been very up and down, I'm still pretty consistently getting about 50 cents every rolling 7 days, and I'm almost to 100. So 1 year gets to 100, 0 to 100. If it is 0 to 100 1 year, it could be 100 to 200 in the next year. It could be 100 to 1,000 next year. It could be 100 to 10,000. It's all no way to really know, but
Job's done.
there's certainly something there. Whereas if I was just Twitch streaming, I'm not gonna immediately be able to have people subscribe to my channel and give me $10 a month and then stream every day at the ridiculous amount. Also, I just can't do it. I'm just not physically capable of streaming. I don't know how those people work, but I have to get up and go to the bathroom. I have to leave and walk around every now and then. I have to eat, and I'm not gonna be able to do, like, even 2.5 hours is too much for me now. I'm getting old. Well, let's see, was there anything else to talk about? I guess not. And so I don't want to just sit here and just play and have a footage of not playing. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about these 30-minute recordings. Obviously, I didn't get anything done. We're not going to come back and do any of them. I'll just get everything done off screen. So I keep saying that phrase wrong and catching myself. Not fast enough. But so that would be 60, 120, 170. That would be 4,860 gold. We're getting into a really nice spot considering they haven't even begun talking about a new expansion for Hearthstone. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.